All right, welcome everyone to the Sahlgrenska Global Health Hackathon. Today it's all about the challenge number 2, fighting cancer. I am Michele Erba, I'm the hackathon coordinator for this amazing event. And basically today, what we will do is to, give me a second, to explain you right now what the agenda is for today. It's gonna be a very quick live session. It's gonna be half an hour, more or less. And we will start with my welcome and the house rules. Then we will have an introduction from Jamie Smith from the Sahlgrenska Science Park. And then we will welcome our amazing speaker, Miden Melle Hanna from Multi4 Medical, to talk about exactly the challenge number 2. You have the chance also to ask your question. There is a Q&A session at the end of this meeting, right before we wrap it up, and then we will go continue with our day. So let me talk about the house rules very simply. So as you can see, this meeting is being recorded. So we will make it available on YouTube. It will be available on YouTube and also on Event Tornado. So there is a live sessions tab on Event Tornado on all the events, on the local events, and you can rewatch it there whenever you want. As I was saying before, you can ask any questions using the Zoom chat at any point during the meeting. But we will answer them during the Q&A sessions that we have at the end. So right now, without further ado, I'm introducing the great Jamie Smith. So Jamie, welcome. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Michele. The great. I don't think I've ever been introduced like that before. But yeah, it's wonderful to be here and to present the Sahlgrenska Global Health Hackathon. Michele, if you could share a couple of slides. So I intended to just very quickly give a brief introduction to what the Sahlgrenska Global Health Hackathon is. So as you can see, it's all about having fun, working together, and at the same time, hopefully coming up with a few good solutions that can tackle some of the most urgent healthcare challenges of our time. So what it is, it's a series of on-site weekend innovation hackathons. So you don't need to be a coder. We're looking for people to come up with ideas and to hack ideas. So they don't need to hack code. And it's open to anyone who wants to help tackle these key global health challenges. So it could be students, it could be researchers, clinicians, entrepreneurs, people off the street, anybody who has a passion to help tackle global health challenges. So yeah, if we could move to the next slide, please, Michele. So when and where? We are taking this hackathon. We're building on the success of another hackathon. Those pictures we saw just before were from Hacker Health, which was a hackathon we organized earlier this year. But now we're going bigger, we're going bolder, and we're going global. So we're taking this hackathon to 3 continents, to 6 countries, and to 9 innovation hotspots. You can see them there on the left-hand side. And then for participants, what's in it for you? So the main thing, besides contributing to addressing global health challenges, it's there's the brightest idea from each hackathon. They'll be invited to a grand final in October next year, the NLS Days in Gothenburg, Sweden. So we're very excited about that. And there's some other, yeah, you get to showcase your talent to lead in organizations, expand your network. And there's also a lot of fantastic professionals and mentors available to help you develop your ideas. So the last slide from me, Michele. Yeah, we've got 5, there's a couple more slides, but we've got focusing on 5 healthcare challenges. You can see them here. Today, we're going to be focusing on number 2, fighting cancer. So cancer is the 2nd leading cause of death globally. It's responsible for an estimated 10 million deaths per year. And the cancer burden can be reduced through early detection and management of patients who develop cancer. The next slide. We're delighted as we zoom in to this challenge number 2, that Dr. Miden Melle Hanna is here with us today. She's a urologist and a surgeon and an all-round fantastic, amazing, awe-inspiring person. She's also, besides all that, she's the founder and the CEO of Multifor Medical, and she's leading the development of a completely new way to treat cancer that could be a game changer for millions of patients worldwide. We're so happy that she wants to be here with us today to share her story and to inspire you to come up with the next big thing in cancer control. Miden, over to you.
Thank you so much for that introduction. I'm very happy to be here today and get the opportunity to share with all of you why I'm convinced that Multifor will change the life of millions of cancer patients. So my name is Miden Hanna. I'm the CEO and founder of the Multifor Medical Company, but from the beginning, I'm a urologist, and then I did a second residency to become a surgeon. I worked with quality improvement in healthcare for many years, and I'm married and have 4 kids, 2 sons, 1 beautiful daughter, and Multifor. But most of all, I would say that I see myself as a human being. And when I started to work as a doctor 20 years ago, for me, it was important to use my knowledge and my hands to be able to make a difference in someone else's life. And this journey actually started one day at work. I started my career at Karolinska, that is one of the leading university hospitals in the world. And I was very frustrated. Me and a colleague had performed a surgery on a cancer patient, and we were delayed. We were supposed to finish at 12, and the time was now 3 p.m. And when I wanted to continue with the surgeries, the manager at the OR said that you're not allowed to perform any more surgeries today. There is no more time. And I had met a patient 2 weeks earlier in the outpatient setting. I had seen that he had a recurrent bladder cancer. He was very worried. His wife was with him, and I assured him that we will be able to treat this cancer. And now his son has taken time off work, taking him to the hospital. He has been fasting and waiting all day. And when I went to him and told him, I'm sorry, there will be no time to do the surgery today, of course he understood. And he asked me, should I come back tomorrow? And unfortunately, we don't have those times to give him a new time that fast. But I told him, we will give you a call as fast as possible. Before he left the room, he looked me in the eyes and he asked, should it really be like this? You're sending me home now with my cancer still in my body. And those words, they really made me start to think about how we do the treatment, how we meet our patient. And when I came back home, I started to think, what if we didn't think about these persons as patients? What if it's a human being with a need? He's very worried. He comes, I meet him, he has a cancer. What is the best solution for him? And then I thought, what about we see the cancer, we treat the cancer in a few minutes, and then the patient goes home. And I got an idea. And I thought, okay, this is a pretty smart idea. Then I get many ideas every day. But this one, I thought it was good. So I asked the best colleagues, and they all said the same thing. This is amazing, but totally impossible. You will never be able to do that. And my idea was to treat the cancer in an awake patient in only a few minutes. And I'm happy today, many years later, working without anyone knowing it, just to do the research and try to develop the technology, that we now have the first device that we bring and want to bring to the patients, and it's for the treatment of bladder cancer. And bladder cancer is a common cancer, and not many know that. In Sweden, it's the 4th most common cancer in men, and worldwide it's the 5th, looking at the big population. 3 out of 4 patients are men, and 75% of the patients have a superficial cancer that is treatable with a local resection. But unfortunately, up to 75% get a new cancer, and they get it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, and they come back on checkups. And then every time they need a new surgery. So this is actually the cancer that costs most for the society of all cancer, more than prostate and breast cancer that are more common, because you need to redo the surgery all the time. And looking at the patient pathway today, there's a lot of steps. Most of all, as a patient, you see that you have a new cancer and then you need to wait. You know, when you have cancer, every day counts, but every day has hours and minutes. And this is a worrying time. And then you come to the hospital, you need to be fasting, you perform the surgery, and then you get a catheter, and then some get an infection because of the catheter. And then the instrument used today were developed in the 1960s. It's strong metal instrument that actually can damage the urethra that you need to go through to come to the bladder. And then in Germany, you stay 2 days at the hospital. In Sweden, in US, and other places, you stay as a daycare patient or 1 day. So what is the difference with Multi4? Well, you come to the checkup. We look with the camera. We see on the monitor, it's a relapse there. You bring out the Multi4 device. You treat the cancer. The patient is awake. A few minutes later, the cancer is gone, and the patient goes home. And how is this possible? Remember, it was impossible from the beginning. Well, we have developed a very, very tiny small instrument. It's only 2 millimeters to be able to use in a working channel of the camera device, the cystoscope. And this small instrument have all capabilities to make a full surgery. So instead of putting the whole patient to sleep in a sterile operating room, now the patient can be awake. You bring out the needle and you put local anesthesia. And then we have a new innovation on the forceps that you can see that looks like normal forceps, but they're not. So you cut a piece of the cancer, but instead of cutting and with the heat destroy the tissue, we now stop the bleeding on the outside, which is pretty amazing for a surgeon performing a surgery because you get a very good vision. And then the amazing part, you press a pedal and the cancer is transported through the instrument itself and ends up collected in a special container on the handle of our device. And then you cut it piece by piece. And when you want to finish your procedure, you close the forceps and now they become a burning electrode, and you can go and burn if there are any remnant or to make sure it won't bleed afterwards. So this means a lot for the patients. No fasting, no anesthesia, no catheter, no stay at the hospital. You can get your treatment directly. You don't need to go home, and you don't need to be in a sterile operating room with all the monitoring afterwards and the preparations from the beginning. And looking at how it is today, you can see a picture on the right side of the resectoscope that is used today, which is a hard, rigid metal instrument brought in and out. It takes 2 to 3 years to learn that procedure, and the Multi4, it's for the one that already knows how to use endoscopic equipment. It's pretty fast to learn how to use it. And the big thing is that now you don't need all the staff included from the OR, from the ward, and from the urology clinic. Now it's one person, the one that would meet the patient anyway from the beginning, who can do the treatment as well. And there's a lot of patients, so there's a lot of surgeries, and there's a big market. But bladder cancer is the first cancer that we address, and we have now started with the next cancer, which is in the throat, and then we will continue to the bowel and the lung, and there's a lot of cancers, unfortunately, that we will look both for diagnostic procedures, because we can automatically take a lot of tissue samples very quickly. And this is a new technology protected by Erba's patent portfolio. And we are very happy that we now are in the stage of clinical validation with the cancer surgeries performed at Sahlgrenska University Hospital. They are a partner to us together with the Rice Research Institute, and we are looking at many different things, looking at how the procedure is performed, how long it takes, the pain, if they have any or any complications. And half of the patients have been performed, and we are happy with the results until now. We are a very strong and passionate team that goes to work every day to be able to improve the lives of millions of cancer patients. And we are first in the world with this technology, so we are very eager to come to the patients as fast as possible, of course, by respecting and doing it according to the regulatory processes that we need to follow. And we are very happy to have a strong partnership and work together with the Sahlgrenska University Hospital, Karolinska University Hospital, and Rice Research Institute. And everyone is a winner with Multi4. And that's something that really makes me happy. My dream since I was a child was to be a surgeon. And the purpose was to be able to make a difference in someone else's life. But with Multi4, it's the same purpose, but you can make the difference, not by meeting patients one by one, now by doing it for many. And around every patient, there's a family also involved when someone gets a cancer diagnosis. And this is a technology with a device that actually simplifies and makes a lot of cost savings for the healthcare, but also for the whole society. And I think it's very important that we all try to be a part to make an impact, because cancer is something that will affect us. We see that Jamie told you about the numbers of the patient being affected. So if I don't get it, one of my beloved ones will. So I think it's important that all of you that are here and listening to this take this opportunity, because fighting cancer isn't a one-man's job. It's really something we all need to do together. So all your insights, ideas of how to do it, please join this hackathon. And thank you so much. I'm so happy to get the opportunity to share my small journey. Thank you.
Yay! Thank you, Miden.
Thank you.
Oh, fantastic. You got some digital applause there as well. So wonderful. And yeah, as Michele wrote in the chat, so please feel free to post your questions in the chat at the bottom of the screen, or you can raise your hand if you want to ask a question to Miden or also about the hackathon. We've got a few minutes now. While you're thinking of your questions, maybe Miden, if I can ask you a couple of questions. So yeah, with this, the theme of the hackathon is sort of co-action or co-production to address global health challenges. You've been through this journey. So can you just sort of share a flavor of I don't know, maybe start with the co-action part. So you mentioned Sahlgrenska, Karolinska, and Rice. The power of coming together and working together. We're going to be doing that in teams in the hackathon. So if you could share any insights on that, I'd be very grateful.
I think the most important insight is maybe just to know that you don't need to know everything. I didn't even know what a startup was. I have never done this before. So all of you with insights, I mean, doing a hackathon is so good because you invite diverse population, everyone, because everyone have insights and everyone can have ideas and a way to contribute. And you don't need to know everything because there are other people who knows things. And then when you bring all this together, then you can have a co-action that can be with the synergy, that it's not 1 + 1 making 2, you're up to maybe 5 or 6. And that's a synergy that is very nice to be a part of. And that's what I've learned with the co-action that we have had together with the Rice Research Institute and with Sahlgrenska, with having multiple disciplines coming from different, I mean, I'm a urologist myself, but still, when I come from the Multi4 part, I see new things in the collaboration and then having the academic part. So this is a journey where you can learn a lot. It's a journey with, you don't need any prestige. You can just let that aside. This is a learning, and I think that everyone, it doesn't matter if you work at Volvo or you work wherever, you still have insights, something to contribute with. And it can be just that makes the biggest difference. So yeah, I would love to reach out to everyone who hears this. Please, if you have something to think about, remember, mine was impossible when I asked the most skilled ones, but then it's a different. You can be the most skilled in a medical profession. It doesn't mean that you're the most skilled engineer. That's something else. So let's bring all this together and just take this opportunity, all of you.
Wonderful. Do you have any questions, Michele, in this chat?
Yes, we do. We have a couple of questions from Jose. And the first one is that what should be the level of development of the idea? So let me maybe take this one, Jamie, then maybe you can complete my answer. So once you register for the hackathon, you are provided with the hack guide. And in the hack guide, we provide also a very detailed deliverables that you should submit. So there is a full guide on deliverable number 1, 2, 3, and 4. And in there, you know exactly what we are expecting from you to submit during this hackathon. Yeah, once you register, you have access to this information. If this answer maybe is not enough, or maybe if you realize during the hackathon that, or maybe prior to the hackathon, that you need more information about this, you can always reach out to us on Discord, and then we can answer to you. Anything that you would like to add on that, Jamie, maybe, or we can skip to the next question. I hope that answered the question to Jose. Yeah.
Nothing to add. Let's skip. We got 5 minutes left, so we keep this short, sharp, and snappy.
Absolutely. So the other question is, what contacts or acceleration can we expect from the hackathon?
Yes, I can take that one. We are organizing a group of mentors from our fantastic partners. We've got a slide. We can show you that in just a minute. We've got fantastic partners from within life science, but also from outside of life science as well, which we're really excited about. Companies like Microsoft and AFRI, a very good global consultancy group. And then there are lots of incubators and and mentors, fantastic coaches who are linked to this as well, through different organizations, and they are there to help you both on site to develop the ideas, and afterwards, hopefully, if you want to take that idea further. So lots of support around. More questions?
Yeah.
Any to Miden?
Yes, and to challenge too. Okay. So we have another question always from Jose. What other success stories have you had?
Yep, so I can say, I would say Miden's story is a fantastic success story, even though I'm not sure if it was born out of a hackathon. But just listening to Miden's story and the way, and she's a mother of 4, a urologist, a surgeon, an entrepreneur now leading a company. I think that's awe-inspiring. So for me, that's every time I listen to Miden, my mind is blown. But if we go back to what we did with the Hacker Health, which is what we're building the Sahlgrenska Global Health Hackathon on, there we had about 130 people who came to join us during the weekend in April this year, and it was focused on femtech, developing solutions for femtech and closing the gender health gap. I think we got about over 30 ideas submitted through the teams. People can register as individuals or as a team, but in the end, we got about over 30 ideas. Fantastic ideas, all different types of ideas. And as Miden said, there were people from Volvo, and Volvo actually came second, the team from Volvo, and a team from Deloitte who were there as well. So it's a very diverse cross-sector approach. And Out of those 33 ideas, as I understand it, there are 4 ideas that are now being developed into companies at different stages now, with help from acceleration companies like the COAX Accelerate, Sahlgrenska Science Park, DIA, which is another incubator, venture incubator in West Sweden. So those I would say are success stories. And also another success story I would say is the feedback we got back from a lot of the participants, most of the participants, I would say. They just had a fun time. The energy was amazing. And like Miden said before, those synergy effects, when you work with people you don't know before, but you get to spend 20 hours with them during a weekend, and coming up, creating something together is very, very special. So that's a success story as well. We've kind of run out of time. So what are we going to do with the questions? I would like to wrap it up on time, Michele. What do you think?
Yeah. Basically, let me quickly answer to very important question. More than one idea can be submitted. So as we set up the event, you should one team and one idea. So basically, you can participate in one team and develop one idea. That would be the setup. So again, if you have any more questions and if you're registered, you have access to Discord, and in there you can post any question that you want on the general channel about this challenge number 2, and about the hackathon. So we will support you with that. So
where can people find more information, more details?
Exactly. So let me share my screen. So
and while we're doing that, Miden, so just a few closing words for you. We're going to really try and finish on time. So, but I just want to thank you so much for being part of this. But any final words from you you'd like to share with people?
I think please take this chance. I mean, see it as an opportunity, and it doesn't really take much time from the beginning. And then if you like it, then you will be happy to spend that time. So a shout out to everyone. If you have something in your mind, share it.
Wonderful. Thanks so much. And it's Multi4 Medical, Dr. Miden, Melle, Hanna. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Miden.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
To wrap it up,
right.
Michele.
Yeah, to wrap it up, more information in the chat here. You have the webpage. You can explore it on your own whenever you want. And then, of course, follow the social media of the Sahlgrenska Global Health Hackathon on LinkedIn, on Instagram. You have it there in the chat. And also, I provided you with the link to register for the event. So if you click here on the chat, also you can register for your local event. And then maybe, Jamie, the last words before we wrap it up right on time about the partners.
Yes, I just thank you. We've got a lot of thank yous all the time. So our amazing global partners and local organizing hosts, you can see them all there. Again, I'd like to thank Miden for today, and hope she'll stay close to the hackathon as well. Yeah, it's a fantastic collaborative co-action effort, and please join us and help us to develop the next big thing to fight cancer and to tackle pressing global health challenges. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.